But yeah. I got some cutty last night. Hey.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that, I got some fucking pussy last night, nigga. Fuck time out, nigga. Yeah. Or tonight, you hear me? Yeah. I was going to work, chat. I was going to work, chat. You know when you really like put some shit down. And the bitch gets to acting right, just rolling blunts up for you, just doing shit she don't normally do. But after you give her that, you know what I'm saying? She get to start treating you like a king, man. That's why you should gotta get these, you ain't gotta get these, I ain't gonna say hoes, but you get a woman that you dealing with, you gotta give her some good pipe, I ain't gonna lie, or she gonna be getting your attitude all day. You gotta hit the back of her shit, that's what you gotta do. Hit the back of that pussy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm fucking with how like, oh my hair is getting on top of putting me these braids specifically, like this style right here. It came out clean, chat.
some situations happen. I guess one of your friends smacked up J. Prince Jr.
Yeah, my little nigga
and
Shank.
your crew ran into mob ties in the club and guns were drawn. So it seemed like things were kind of going bad with you and that crew.
Yeah, it was for a little minute, y'all. It was for a minute. But all my niggas up, though. I'm on blood. We like that for real. We really don't. But Junior was drunk, tripping, though. Like, Junior like to slap box and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Junior like to do all that shit. So Junior ain't already taking off on the whole house. Sounds like he took off on this nigga. He done took off on this nigga drunk. He just drunk. You know, he get drunk, that mean he be tripping. He done took off on my nigga Shank. And Shank ain't go for it. You know, Shank got there, oh, y'all, wow, Yugi. You know, he have that Mortal Kombat. He like, hell no. But shit, Junior ain't never just got handled like no hoe. I just was going extra on the internet because I was mad at their ass, though, you feel me? And I was like, bitch, I wasn't lying, you got your ass smacked, though, hell yeah. But I just threw the extra shit on that, though. Like, yeah, I just threw that on that. But he slapped niggas first, though. Niggas that slapped Junior back, that's all happened for real. Junior slapped the nigga slapped Junior ass back. Shank like, hey, I don't play like that, Junior. Junior like, what you mean you don't play like that? Hey, I don't play like that, Junior. Junior still walk, Shank, wow. He like, oh, shit. I swear to God. Shit was so funny.
Okay, so you're out and everything is going well. And then on December 18th, 2023, you get pulled over in Creola, Alabama, and they find drugs and guns in the car that you were riding
They
in.
never find no drugs. They just got some guns, but the gun was in the security name.
Right. So the security had the gun, and you ended up having to get charged for the security's gun?
Yeah, the security, that nigga hoe. That security did that. Like, I'll never forget, like, when the folk put us over, that nigga hopped out the car, he got the little vest on and shit. Like, they law enforcement. So the folk, like, they got law enforcement vests on and shit, like, they just real police. What's up? So y'all got law enforcement vests on, with vests, with holsters on you. How the fuck I got the gun? Like, it just don't make no sense. You got the whole vest on, the security shit, the law enforcement, and you got the host on you, bruh. How the fuck I got the gun and the gun in your name? Man, get so stupid. You good and stupid. You done told these folks. That's why I get when the feds snatch the nigga and they get to running some shit to him real quick. The nigga first nigga like, that my gun. The feds said, woot, 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 woot. That nigga looked at the fed, he like, that ain't my gun. I swear, I see this nigga. He like, that ain't my gun. I'm like, what the fuck? So now the folks, get her to come out. So now the nigga Miguel there with me. That's why I ain't been talking to Miguel either, because I'm like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, bro, everybody fucked me wrong for real. I'm like, Miguel gonna say some dumb ass shit like, hey, if I take the gun charge, y'all gonna let Honeycomb go? Why would you say this? I'm my grandma grade. Like, why would you say that to the federal? Why would you say if I take the gun charge, y'all gonna let Honeycomb go? Now they sure enough finna lock me up, bro. Come on. Now I'm in the back of the car. They take me to the metro. Now I go to the metro. I see they got the security in the first room. I'm like, damn, I see the security. You know, I try to pull up on them. The Sarge behind me, Sarge turning like, hey, come on, Brazy. They know me, man. I go crazy. I beat the Sarge up. I done beat police up in this. They know how to play me. I'm a real gangster in real life. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And the Sarge like, come on. I'm like, man, I'm trying to holler at this nigga. I'm like, bro, what you got going on? I'm like, what's up? He in the room, got his back turned to me, just said, quiet. Nigga, you the security? I'm like, what's up? We just me 30 days straight. What's going on? They know nigga told me, that nigga looked at me, bro. Nigga said, they said, I can't talk to you. I'll be get hit with another charge. Nigga, I hit the glass like King Kong. Boom, you bitch ass nigga, why you can't talk to me? Man, you fuck nigga, boy. They put that bitch ass nigga around me. You just say with me 30 days straight, now you talking about the police say you can't talk to me. You done ate it with me, boy, stop playing on me. So now I'm mad as fuck. I'm like, damn, I don't never see that nigga no more. That my last time seeing that nigga. When he tell me that, they say I can't talk to you. That boy really never talked to me again. I never saw him again in life. But now, Miguel, that my nigga. I love Miguel. Miguel still doing time now. But it's just, I'm a white Miguel now. But it's just, I'm out this bitch going through with your people right now, bro. Your people got me going through this shit, so I'm trying to get right. Like, nigga, your cousin playing game, this bitch ass nigga Christian. The out hustle, no luck, nigga. Nigga, I ain't been around this nigga. I gave that nigga the AP. I had an AP. I gave that nigga the AP. He disappeared. I never see him again. I go to Emmett like, hey, Emmett, you know the chain you made for him with the, Emmett made that chain. And I'm like, the AP you had with it. I'm like, what's up? Oh yeah, you know, Christian came and got that for you. They was saying like, you know, you finna sign for the M's and shit. Man, so I went ahead and made the jury for you. I made the AP in there for you. That was your watching chain. I'm like, yeah. I said, you for real, Emmett? I said, so why the fuck the nigga Christian said let him wear the watch, the nigga Christian wear the watch, and never saw him again. This on my soul. He never came back wrong me. I'm like, that what you want a nigga watch? Like, you could have got a watch. You came from me, got a watch and disappeared. Ain't never came back around me. Nigga, I ain't stand no goddamn watch. I ain't stand nothing that shit y'all nigga ever did for me and try to put in my hand. Everything y'all did, y'all know a nigga a millionaire in the future. Like in the flesh, I'm a walking millionaire. You know y'all get y'all money, y'all got nigga on paperwork. So don't act like y'all looking out for me, bitch ass nigga. We a team. Y'all paying y'all attributes, whatever that shit called. Y'all showing y'all, give me my flowers while I'm here. Don't wait till I die and give them to me. At the end of the day, I'm making everybody rich as fuck around the hoe. And they around the hoe acting like they did this and did that. When I see Christian, I'ma slap his head off. He know he can't come back around me. That's why he never come back around me. The last time Christian around me, I had 2 nights, man. I rented the nigga out my house. I had 2 nights. I said, man, get out my fucking house. Cause a nigga had paid me for a feature and shit, a video. Nigga had paid me like $14,000. You know what I'm saying? But he done put his little escrow on that bitch and got hit $2,500 out the gate. And I'm thinking the nigga ain't never paid the $2,500, so I'm trying to tell the nigga come over the other $2,500 the whole time. I gave that to Christian. I'm like, you gave Christian what? He like, y'all been there. I said, oh hell nah. I'm hearing Christian like, bro, what you got going? I'm like, bro, this my first week out. I'm fresh out of prison. I need everything. I gotta buy houses, car, clothes, shoes. How you take it from me on fresh out? You been out your whole life. You never went to jail before, dude. You been out your whole life free. Like, let me get myself together as a real partner. Let me sit down and get my mama right, my little sister right. Let me get my shit together, bro. Like, I'm fresh out. How you taking money out of me? Then you come take the watch from me. Oh, give me that watch. Let me see the watch, come. I got a AP. Huh. I'm go to Cali with it. He disappeared. Oh, I ain't. I'm like, what my watch at? Oh, you know that? Nah, I ain't. Man, don't say that to me, man. Y'all nigga lame as fuck. What y'all got a nigga signing contracts for? Talking about some, oh, you signed that for me. I'm gonna give you this right here. I'm gonna get my money back out of this. And y'all niggas selling shit. Nigga, I'm trying to redo a whole contract with that bitch ass nigga Christian though. All that fake manager shit. And that nigga Mike got my YouTube. Man, I'm telling you the YouTube. Alright, this why I ain't been dropping videos, cause this is my YouTube. I built my own YouTube up from the ground up, bro. Nobody, my first video 100 million views. I did this shit myself.
Chad, he sound like he just make excuses for everything. From what he just said, it sound like he just got punked. Out his deal out that 2400 nigga, and he confronted the nigga, and the nigga just stood on business like, nigga, that's my 2400 nigga. Give a fuck. Yeah, nigga, since you wanna ask for me money back, nigga, let me get your EP, nigga. Yeah, nigga. It's over, nigga. That's what I got from him.
Yeah. So now I give my YouTube to the nigga Mike. We get out. I get out. He running my YouTube. We doing this shit together. He my people. I trust people. So now we get into it. That nigga dipped the mobile and got my YouTube and changed my password and shit. Like, he don't want to give it to me. So now I get the label reach out to him like Create Music Group. Like, what's up? So I've been loading my new YouTube. I've been loading my video on my new YouTube. Like, fuck the old YouTube. I'm loading my new one. I don't give a fuck. So now the label hit me up. The nigga Baby J like, hey, Create got your YouTube. They can log in. We can load videos on there. I said we can load videos on my old YouTube. I'm like y'all know that my YouTube on it. Like, that's my account. Like, I built that bitch. Like, I had access to that bitch. That, you know, I had access to it. I never not had access to my YouTube. Do you know I always load my own music videos on my shit myself? Like, so y'all telling me y'all want me to load videos on my old YouTube without having access to it? That a nigga that came wrong me took from me. That about a nigga that just came wrong me 2023. Then just got my shit and did some whole shit and went to Create, and now y'all telling me y'all finna upload my music on my old YouTube. How y'all finna do that without giving me the access to it? How would I look? How would I feel letting y'all load up videos on my shit that I built from the ground up that a nigga just rent out with, had all my assets? How do I feel letting this nigga got access to my YouTube and I'm uploading videos on the YouTube that he got access to? What the fuck do I look like? I look like I'm slave. I look like I'm just in the whole fucking slave trade. Like I'm in a fucking big ass slave trade, bro. How this nigga got my YouTube? I need my password. Y'all want to load video? I want to get my YouTube password. I want to log in myself and look at shit. Then we even get my account back. Then we can load videos on that shit, bro. We can do it all day. But I'm not with that just long video. I can't even log in and see what's going on. The money I can't see shit. Y'all got this nigga with a deal like he that nigga.
All right, so let me just get back to the timeline here.
Let's go, man. I'm trying to throw you off a little bit. You so smart, bitch. I ain't like you so smart, bitch. I ain't trying to just line it up on me. I know you lined it. I'm trying to. I'm trying to go this way with you. Make another Burger King.
I got you. Right, but we gotta get to the whole story though. You know what I mean? All right. So you end up beating that murder case mistake, but you end up getting 4 years. I end up doing like for first degree robbery and first degree assault, right?
No, see, that wasn't for that murder. That was for like that was a whole nother case. Like boom. All right, boom. Check this out. How that happened? Boom. I did that time before I did the stank situation. All right, them niggas running together. Boom. Big rat, whatever they doing. Woo, woo, woo. They trying to woo, woo, whatever they got going on. Boom, that's cool. They sent the blitz. They ain't work. Whatever happened. We go back. Shoom, blitz. Boom, I get locked up for this shit. They had me for the assault first and the robbery first. And then the nigga that got shot was a fucking smoker. He went there. Nigga ain't had no fucking money. I know this nigga. I stopped the nigga from dying. They don't tell you if I stop. Man, hold up. No, this nigga ain't nobody. I'm telling my partner dead. Man, this nigga ain't nobody. Man, this nigga fucking smoker. He's tripping. You just want to shoot people. So I really saved this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I ain't supposed to say that. I supposed to let that bitch finish him. I saved that bitch out there. They was in the courtroom next week. He told the judge to go on the truth. He said, all thing he'd tell the truth. He said, I went in his pocket and got $20. I said, one of your pocket got $20. Man, we on a real mission right here. Man, we ain't even studying money. Like, when I go on drill, I tell don't touch nothing. I ain't gonna even lie to tell everybody, boy, don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing in this bitch. That's why I put it like, nigga, run my fingerprints on their pocket, Davey side with it.
Motherfuckers is loony. Stupid. Stop.
Well, Adrian Broner has made a comeback, and he has become relevant again, man. He was,
You call that a comeback, huh?
I'm gonna call it a comeback. I mean, maybe not a boxing comeback, but, I mean, he going crazy on the internet. You don't think so?
You mean he's getting a lot of views?
Okay, he did a lot of views. Got
He's
a
in
lot
the
of people
algorithm.
talking.
He's in the algorithm.
He's in the algorithm, for sure.
Okay. But he's in the algorithm drunk, horny, violent, aggressive, embarrassing. When you can use this and propel. You got 2 boxers. When do we ever box and train?
When does he box and train? I don't know. I don't know if he does seriously. I mean, I've seen little videos.
But you drink every day. When we watch New Jersey Shore, we watch. When do drinking every day hardcore is a comeback? Because you got a camera on you.
I would say he's not came back boxing. He's coming back being relevant and making money and moving, his life maybe in a better direction.
Getting drunk every day, fighting is in a better direction.
I'm talking monetarily.
You got 10 kids. You can't move in a better direction monetarily because it's coming straight to you to cash. So none's going over there. And they watching you make it. So get what? You'll be in court soon. How did it move your life forward, nigga? And you can go get a way bigger bag if you go to training in boxing. You get way better sponsorships and deals. But if you drinking and you on 18 and 19-year-old, you beating up and jacking up and insult. Come on, homie. The comeback is shit.
So you're saying the comeback is getting in the ring and winning the title again?
The comeback is gimmick. Redemption. The comeback is your image. Because that's a brand. The image before killed you. You can't keep doing what you once used to do before today thinking it's gonna change. No, that's insanity. You can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. How many more girls' ass you think you can grab? Because if I was smart, I'd sick a bitch over there to get them. I pay one of these back, I give her 20, 30 up front. It's too loose and too lax not to be able to get them. Any kind of sexual, nigga, I can get them easy. I done got jobs before, nigga. The pervert supervisor wanting the wire. I done, man, it's easy. The nigga keep his dick in his hand with that cup at his mouth, man, you can play on that, man, you get that. Because why? When you say no the first time, you gonna keep going. And all you have to say is no matter the tone, no matter the voice. Nah, baby, I'm good. You'll try again. Especially if you keep making eye contact and talking to him. And not just shooting him down. Subtle flirts. He don't know limits. He been a star. Violate. So now he don't know limit. It's an easy trap to get him. All them, nigga. I done hung and played with them. It's easy to get out of them, nigga. That's why I play how I play, the gentleman. I don't chase after nothing trying to.
Hey, I ran that shit back, nigga.
We talk with our eye.
Yeah, I'm back outside, nigga.
I got to say, she got to let me know. No, and the text messages go reflect. And we go talk and we go conversate. We ain't getting straight to the.
You're right.
Unless you're a prostitute selling it and everybody know this is what you do. I don't sneak and buy pussy. I openly do it. I invest and wait to get it later if I want to buy it. I find me something that I can invest in, get here, and I wait to get it later. I done already put it in the layaway. No, I'm a different kind of. She might have already got 3,000-4,000 before I done fucked her. So she don't feel like she done lost and gave me something. She feel like she done won and up already. These niggas make a hoe feel low and make her feel like she done lost something. The way they treat them and have to go back off camera and deal with they peers and they people and watch them get treated like that and she barely got $200 for a stream. No. I guarantee it. I mark my word, man. Them nigga playing for a rape case or a lay case, watch. I'm calling good money already. And I ain't been wrong yet. The little girl that just went on the stream, they done already paid off for her to come back up on the stream.
The Carmelo Anthony situation.
But you ain't finna say this and I give you the money and you can come back. You got to stay over there with the money.
To believe.
Cause you bite me once, you bite me again.
I was going against my
I just want to remind people, Tupac got
to tell you that the white people was gonna do right by me.
Went back to the room and went to sleep.
You seen that
She
video?
went in the room with the mother
Like, nigga.
ass inside of the case and
For real?
Tupac and he was
Dead
sleeping.
ass? I couldn't even take him serious in that one.
I don't with my
You
pocket,
mean to tell me that you thought
I don't
all
get
white
pussy
jury
for
was
my
gonna
pocket.
find any
We
white
hunters.
man innocent, even if
I'll
he
throw
was?
you alley hoop.
Innocent.
But I ain't sharp in my spirit to go kill for you.
Nah, nigga, they don't give a fuck about none of that innocent shit.
We lions. You got to have a lioness in your pack. I don't hang with hyenas that's scavenging for hoes and pussy. So now I'm a different kind of homie. So I see what they're doing, but as an honorable man, and I've had Don King boxing promotion reach out to me on behalf. So yeah, it's more to it than this. I've been in talks. I've been in talks with Mr. Carl Lewis and Mr. Don King, the elder, about taking over Don King boxing promotion. I started a boxing management company called Uncle Tom Management, and we're in talks with me partnering. And so it's the reason why I'm focused on AB. This is the first time I done tried to get him a fight. I done tried to get him a fight before talking to Mr. Carl Lewis and Don King. So come on, nigga. Let's get back in that ring, nigga. I'm talking about an investment. He's a future investment of mine if we can get him back in. So I talked to him yesterday. He a little mad. And this is what I don't like about Steiny. Steiny put on there crashing out. I ain't crashing out on it. I'm giving him some advice. Big homie. But Steiny and his editors want to make it like I'm going against him. That's why when he called me with AB on the phone, he half-ass nervous. Because he's trying to pit me against him. No, nigga, I'm trying to pull the young brother up. Not kick him down. And I told him, I ain't talking down on you, nigga. Me and Mr. Lewis and Don King been talking about you long before now, son. I'm really a business nigga. I just play online, man. I ain't made it this long being successful, trolling and being foolish. I ain't got no sense. So, no, nigga, I just got a new game and a new brain about this shit. So, I ain't reaching out to get into it with him. And I done reached out to a lot of, I don't really think I'm trying to play on them. No, nigga, I'm trying to say, hey, nigga, I got an olive branch. I'm coming, offering you something, nigga, to say I'm serious. Most niggas coming talking, hoping you can get something. Yeah, so, but nigga, it ain't for everybody, so I keep it moving.
What's up, this Cam Capone. If you want to hear these interviews with all the cuss words in it, all the stuff we had to take out because YouTube makes us cut a lot out, all you gotta do is become a member.
Shut your shit, nigga.
Because YouTube make us cut a lot out. Cut a lot out. No, you choose to cut a lot out.
Nigga. Trying to monetize. Oh, I'm surprised. This nigga crib money, man. This nigga is literally like mainstream.
Yeah, I was finna say that. Like, that nigga blossoming into is like not just being on Adam shit. Like, he's finally being able to get those calls from. I feel like after he got on Wild 'N Out, low key, niggas started opening up to like, oh wait, if he was able to do Wild 'N Out, shit, you could do my podcast.
Nigga said, fuck that dude. Oh, I ain't gonna say it. Niggas gonna say it. But niggas like, fuck it. I don't care no more.
Well, I think a lot of the time at first they didn't see the content in them. They just seen gangbang.
I mean, I think
content.
when it's all said and done,
Like, he actually can
I don't
have a good conversation with you without everything being
I don't know if
gang banged out. You know what I'm saying?
well, actually, I'm gonna go out on a limb to say what I've been saying and what you've been saying. We don't have a plan. We've never had a plan. We got this enemy all wrong from the gates.
Facts.
Meaning, you know, we thought bombing them was gonna be so overwhelming that they would bend the knee.
Yeah.
And that's just not what we're dealing with. You know, now we have these politicians talking about, you know, we gotta finish the job. My question, I guess I'm gonna ask you, what is finishing the job?
Exactly.
What is that?
Exactly. How? And what is that? I don't know. If Trump wants to go in there, it was about let's stick with the whole nuclear thing. Let's say we set them back to the Stone Age with the nuclear capability. Now we got to go in there and like, they want to get the dust, the nuclear dust, so they can't do nothing else. You think Iran's going to let us sit there and be like, come pick this shit up? Nah, they're not going to do it. Finish the job. That is a tough. You know what finish the job would be? And this is going to sound crazy, not even crazy, but kind of messed up. You got to kill every IRGC member. You got to kill the regime. You got to kill them all. Like that would be finishing the job militarily. Every leader that popped his head up, the one leader, it was his son. We don't know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah,
you got to kill everybody. All the designated.
Everybody like killed like a bunch of their leaders. It was that. I think it was their son. Yeah, that nigga just. He announced that he was their leader, but.
Targets, the enemy targets, you'd have to level everything and kill all the bad guys. Whatever, whoever those bad guys are, you gotta find them and kill them.
I'm the leader, nigga.
That would be finishing the job, but we've never been successful with that. We tried the same thing, finish the job. We're gonna make, what did Bush say? We're gonna smoke them out of the caves, and we're gonna do all, we're gonna find them all and kill them all.
Thinking I could just out here
the government now. We didn't they didn't even put a dent in nothing.
Catch me in the bunker, nigga.
Yo, that is so powerful. Like let's highlight that. You said we were gonna smoke them out of caves. We gonna kill them all.
Yup.
And they're the government now.
Come on. Yeah. We've never been successful at eliminating or finishing the job. You think we're gonna we got out of Iraq and Afghanistan and hopped right into Iran. We haven't even had time to think and study how did we mess this up before we put our feet right back into another war and expecting to do the same thing that didn't work the other 2 times for 2 decades. It didn't work. And we're gonna stop doing, we're gonna do this same thing, finish the job in like a couple weeks? No, there ain't no finishing the job. Everyone's looking at war like these guys have uniforms on and you can easily find out and see who the enemy is. Ain't no uniform. They look like your average Joe Schmo. He just happens to be a quote-unquote terrorist.
Because in order for you to finish the job,
you don't know who these people are. It's the same thing. I've fought these same people. They don't wear uniforms like that. The dumb ones do. And when the smarter ones say, oh snap, he's getting shot at because he's wearing a uniform, he got bombed because he had a uniform on, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop wearing a uniform. I'm just gonna blend in, be the gray man. You gotta come find me. That cell phone I used to talk on to communicate all my terrorist activities, I'm throwing that out. SIM cards getting changed up. I'm not talking on the phone no more. That's why they had a hard time allegedly finding bin Laden. He was using a courier. I'm gonna have communications like that. You won't be able to find me, who the terrorist is. I think that's where they're going now. You won't, this war, ain't no finishing the job. Finishing the job was just leaving. I thought we finished the job last year with the whole nuclear thing. And according to this administration, we finished the job 40-something times now. Or however how many times we've won the war. What else is there to finish? Finish what? That's the great question. Finish what?
Okay, you're a military man, and the more you talk, and I can see you got different scenarios going on in your head as you're speaking. I'm sure, just like you, the president and his advisors are weighing out every scenario possible. And it's all coming back to the same thing.
Yep.
Unless you are willing to erase these people from the face of the earth, there's no finishing the job.
Yep.
There's no winning this war.
Yep.
There's no scenario in which we come out of this looking like victors. It just isn't.
No.
Because even if the strait is open tomorrow, you think that they're going to give up? They're going to say, okay, we're going to give you the strait because it's affecting the world economy. So you get that win, but we're going to continue to enrich uranium.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, you want us to stop enriching uranium? Okay, no problem. But the strait stays closed.
Exactly.
There's just no winning here.
Exactly. And I think we should have played that out from the beginning, even if there was anything to play out. If we were not being the puppets for you know who, we should have weighed that out. But I don't even know if that was even a thought. on the you know, the operations brief or the pre-planning. I don't even know if that was even a thought or a consideration. Like, hey, if we hit them, they're gonna close down this strait right here and tank the entire global economy. And if we did think that through, or that was part, like one of the options, I'd have been hard pressed to like attack the way I attacked. If I even would have, even if I would have. I think they went in there thinking, yo, 2 weeks. I kind of think that that's what they thought it was going to be like. Because we keep telling ourselves we got the greatest military, and we do. But that doesn't mean we're the smartest. You might have the most powerful one. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers who are strong as shit. But that still doesn't make you a genius, doesn't make you smart. Some people are so stupid, all they do is fight. They can't talk or seek other options other than fighting. Sometimes people are that stupid, and we might fall in that category of like, yeah, you're the biggest dude on the block, but you dumb as a sack of rocks.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
When Young Dolph lost his life, I was sad, man. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. He was one of the guys I kept in rotation every time I jumped in my car. I throw on that Young Dolph, especially when he survived them 100 shots. When he survived them shots, I said, man, he's smart, man. This dude riding around in a bulletproof Escalade. I think it was Escalade or Tahoe. Either or, he had the bulletproof. He was smart enough to have that. But the day that he lost his life, he was caught slipping, man. He was caught slipping. And when it happened, it hit the news, man, I feel some type of way, man. One of the guys that was arrested for was Hernandez Govan, I believe that's his name. Older guy. They had some youngsters that was involved with it. But Hernandez Govan, he beat the case. And when he beat it, he got more fame. We started seeing him on all these talk shows. He was doing content with Charleston White and many others. Seemed like he was getting his bag. But one thing about this, man, when you get to playing gangster because you didn't beat a high one or whatever, you know, it go to some people's head, man. They get out and they think they just, you know, above the world. So let's go over and check this out, man. He's locked up for some shocking details. He beat the Young Dolph murder case. Now he back in jail over shocking new allegations. This is City Nash. Let's go over and check it out.
For the man accused of being the mastermind in the Young Dolph murder has been arrested on new.
I'm not saying there's no liquidity to it. But, nigga, that nigga City Nash be lying too fucking much.
Who?
City Nash. The nigga that he's watching the video from, that nigga be lying too much. This nigga is the nigga who posted Aunt Hefe was locked up for, who was it? Big U's son's murder. That shit had no correlation to that nigga at all. At all.
No charges.
Nigga,
thank you for joining us.
Hernandez Govan. And this nigga go say,
that nigga annoys the fuck out of me.
yes, bro, that nigga be like, it's crazy how different AB really looked, like when he was in shape.
Oh, yeah.
And when he was younger. Yeah, that was pretty stupid, my nigga Darren Fox.
Nah, he be for sure the parlays.
Yeah, that was pretty
Investigate
dumb,
that nigga
for
bro.
sure.
Investigate that nigga, bro. He showed me.
My nigga finna be in Cali. Kai.
Like, there's so many motherfuckers that fucking use this shit.
What? Oh, went to the most racist white town? Yeah, because that nigga Pootie started that shit.
I did see, because I was studying you a little bit, I did see that there was a little controversy with you and another male
Hey, this nigga
actor.
Diddy is freaky, man. This nigga was just walking around stroking his little fucking dick while his bitch was sucking dick. Nigga just watching do it. That shit's crazy. Like, what the fuck, bro? He done had too much pussy or something, bro, or something, dude. Or he just really gay. Yeah, I think he's actually gay. Oh, Diddy, man.
I wonder what this nigga. That one nigga. Up, go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Narcissist.
It's about the show, not actually him.
Oh, okay.
This is Franklin Saint, and if you've indulged in the series Snowfall, I'll think you'll agree with me that Franklin has one of those dark character arcs that become amusing to us as viewers. A story of a regular kid getting a taste of excessive money and power through the drug game, which transforms his characteristics negatively in order to increase his wealth. Snowfall is a great series because it doesn't just show us the life of Franklin Saint, it makes us feel it. After watching it, we feel like we know what it's like to be a drug dealer, to make a lot of money, and to make hard choices. But my focus in this documentary is on the psychological aspect of Franklin's character, the problems he actually has from a scientific standpoint, and what there is to learn from the consequences of his actions. So allow me to take you through his story so far while I break down the psychological components that turned him from an innocent kid on the block to an evil drug lord, and answer the question, is
how you feeling?
Right now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just in the space right now working on me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to better myself.
He killed himself over it, bro. Check your homies.
Is that Flacco?
Yeah, that's Flacco. Finally betrayed and turned on it. He's done.
You wouldn't even think would give about Streamer University? Texting me like, yo, bro, I know you could get me in Streamer University. Talk to Kai if you gotta talk to him, whatever you gotta do, just get me in there.
If I don't make it to Streamer University this year, I'm on your for the whole year, Chattttt, cause I'ma feel like you clicking up with my ops.
Bro, you know how much I make of 3 days? How much? I make 100 bands. No! On God. On streaming you, I make 100 bands 3 days.
Everyone's favorite streamer, Chattttt, has come back to the internet with his biggest announcement of the year. That being Streamer U Part 2. And it seems like everybody and anybody on the internet is trying their hardest to get into Streamer U and even give advice on how to succeed if they were at the previous ones. But the way I've been seeing certain people go about it is pretty interesting. From AI posters to even dissing Chattttt to the point of trying to force them to let them in, and even other people who are a part of the old Streamer University trying to give others advice on how to actually get in instead of being left out of an amazing opportunity. And I wanted to dive into some of the mixed reactions I've been seeing online, from the hate to the actual positives that are coming from everything. But you know, in order to do that, we have to start from the very beginning. Who even are any of these people, and how do we get here in the first place?
Streamer University. It's good to be back. Hello? Where's everybody at? It's application day.
Obviously, he needs no real introduction. This right here is your streamer's favorite streamer, one of the biggest ones out. And after being gone from the internet for an extended period of time, he has come back to drop his Streamer University, which went crazy last year, where he basically rents out an entire university campus, invites a bunch of streamers from all ranges, well-known, unknown, to basically just starting in order to boost their career and give them opportunities to not only learn from other creators who are already established in the space, but also build any type of connections they have. And last year, Streaming University went so crazy that a lot of the mainstream streamers, at least in the new ways that you see right now, were the ones that came from it.
Wait, chat. Who was the biggest success stories in Streaming University last year? You guys are saying Tota and Rakai, but I feel like Tota was already big before. I feel like Tota was already big. Yana. Oh, yeah. Yana. Yes. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad he's back to streaming, bro. That's cool.
And as much as I would love to instantly dive into the hate and talk about how crazy some of these people are, we gotta talk about all the love that Streamer U is getting because it's very well deserved. We have a bunch of content creators who are telling people, even if you don't stream, to apply because of how fun it can be, the amount of attention you can get, and obviously also the amount of money you can gain from going to a place like Streamer University. It's a pretty big opportunity that's open to literally every and anybody out there.
Next Streaming University, you gotta reply.
I have to, really?
You gotta apply.
But I don't stream.
It's okay, don't matter. You go there, teach like Jimmy, be a teacher, student, it just lit, turn. Bro, you know how much I make of 3 days?
How much?
I make 100 bands.
No!
On God. On Streaming U, I make 100 bands 3 days.
That's pretty lit.
That's a best I ever did, Streaming University. Right around, chat.
It's lit. Apply.
Like, solely that no matter what corner you go, there's some.
And it's not even like it's just Ray. Other people who have went to Streaming University are saying the same thing, giving words of encouragement and basically trying to help other people. It's not like it's just the top of the top streamers who went, like the DDGs, the Agent Zeros. It's people who actually went there as students, weren't as big, people like Yana, who are not only encouraging people to apply, because you honestly never know if you'll get in or not. As long as you're consistent, actually want this and apply, then you definitely have a chance to get in. Along with the fact that she is also giving people advice for when you actually do get accepted into Streaming U, how to make sure you have longevity in the space, not just get accepted and fade away, but also be able to do multiple collabs, consistently stream, and build a strong fan base.
Oh, I will say, okay, actually, if you are getting into Streaming U, I'll give you some advice. I'm gonna give y'all some advice that I did.
Oh yes, I love this.
Yeah,
Please
so
share.
when I went,
it's crazy though, bro.
I remember I was so nervous to go, but there were a lot of people that would just sit on their phone in the corner like this and expect to like get famous. You know what I'm saying?
Clock.
So I was like, you gotta really showcase your personality.
Get out there.
Can I tell you a secret? Going viral is one thing, but holding longevity and a good fan base is so different.
Oh my God, Yana, you're so smart.
Yeah, no, because
you're like so like eloquent.
Yes.
Oh my God, so
anybody can go viral off of
Yes.
clips, but holding a fan base and longevity is a different story.
Amen.
So that's what I'm saying. Anyone can go viral. That's nothing special.
Whoa!
Yeah, so like if you have a good, solid fan base, like when you think about like Tyson and Speed, all of them, all the big streamers, like they have dedicated fan bases. So when you go there, y'all, you want to showcase yourself because that's what they're not there to see you just fucking and fucking. Like they want to see.
Okay, yeah, no, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that. They want to see you they want to see you entertained. Like they want to be your friends and
yes. And
every streamer, well, really every content creator who's out there seeing Streaming University views it as not only an amazing opportunity, but something that there's no point in hating on. I mean, anybody who has went there is saying not only good things about it, but also showcasing how much can actually help their career, along with people who haven't even been there, like me, who just made videos on it from home and can tell you that Streaming University is an amazing opportunity, even if you're just talking about it. Yeah, it seems like there are a ton of people online who will see the good that came from it, like the old students trying to give advice, the new people applying, trying to gain an opportunity, and find a reason to get upset and mad. And it truly doesn't make any real sense to me, especially when everything I just showed you before was nothing but positive energy. Even people who tend to stay with the negative side or have extreme opinions are defending this, like Aiden Ross.
And this is fire, and anyone hating like Kai's back, he's doing Stream University. Like anyone hating on this shit is generally retarded. I saw a tweet someone say, "Kai's giant didn't go good, bro. Stream University now, motherfucker." Like, shut up, motherfucker is back. He's doing Stream University, and that shit's gonna go crazy. Like, people fucking hating on that shit. Whatever. I don't fuck with that shit.
But it doesn't matter who you are, what corner of the internet you're from. If you show something positive, or if you see a bunch of people actually liking something, there has to be that other corner of the internet who's saying the same thing and finding a reason to hate. That's exactly what's happening with streamer you. It doesn't matter how many good streamers are talking about it. It doesn't matter how many people who have went there are spreading a positive message. There's always going to be some people out there who has something negative to say, and that starts with the applications to actually get in. Recently, Soulja Boy was on a live talking about how he wants to get into Streamer University, but the way that he was going about it wasn't the worst way possible. I don't know if applications are supposed to have threats in them, but for some reason his did.
If I don't make it to Streamer University this year, I'm on your ass for the whole year, Chattttt, cause I'ma feel like you clicking up with my ops, and I'ma feel like you don't like me, nigga. And if you don't like me, I don't like your bitch ass either, nigga. So what you wanna do, nigga? That's your only opportunity, Kai. This your only opportunity. Oh God, once I get on your ass, can't nobody stop me, nigga. Nigga, you gonna put me in Streamer University, Chattttt, I'm on your ass. Everybody record this, clip it, send it to that nigga. But this your only warning, Kai. You click up with DDG again, it's fuck both of y'all bitch ass niggas. Chattttt, boy, you got one more chance. Hang with my ops, you gonna become one, nigga. So bring DDG on that bitch again, you want to, nigga, and see what happens. And I put this on my little brother grave, nigga. We gonna beef with you forever, and it ain't gonna never stop. Play with me again, nigga, see what the fuck happened, nigga. Any nigga hang with my enemy, you was my enemies, nigga. DDG is my enemy, bro. Doo-doo garbage, that's my enemy, bro. This nigga Chattttt gonna bring this nigga on Streamer University and sleep. I let it slide the first time. Pussy nigga gonna DM me, man, what's up, bro? Fuck, nigga, you know what's up, nigga.
Now, a lot of y'all probably had the same question I had when I first saw this. Soulja Boy streams, and I guess he does because he's trying to apply to Streamer University. Again, be it the worst way possible. I don't know if the best way to get into a place where their whole point is building a community to not only get you connections, but also get you other people to stream with, and basically expand your content creation journey is to talk about how you don't want one of the biggest streamers in the space there, but also talk about how you want to make Kai your enemy if he doesn't let you in. I don't think that's the point of what Streamer U is, and if you've seen any of the stuff that happened last year with the people basically doing the exact same thing and how that turned out, I'll just give you a quick breakdown. Anybody who went about it this route using their clout or the attention they already had to basically try and strongman getting into Streamer University not only didn't make it, but were basically laughed at the entire time when their name wasn't on the roster. This doesn't work, and it doesn't work for a reason. Why would anybody want you there if you're going to cause one, chaos, and two, not allow one of the bigger streamers in the space to be there? It just doesn't make any sense. A lot of people might be seeing this and be like, Soulja Boy really wants to be in Streamer U this bad, and you'd be surprised how many people you actually think would just push Streamer U aside who want to be there.
Niggas you wouldn't even think would give a fuck about Streamer University. Niggas texting me like, yo bro, I know you could get me in Streamer University. Talk to Kai if you gotta talk to him. Whatever you gotta do, just get me in there. Slow your roll, buddy. I don't have no control, buddy. It's out of my jurisdiction.
The amount of people you probably be surprised to see applying online or talking about Streamer University is actually crazy. Polo G even was on stream talking about Streamer University at one point. It's crazy the reach that this place actually has, and because of that, there are still going to be people that are hating on it. Streamers alike who understand the space, understand how hard it is to grow, and will still sit here and talk bad about an opportunity that allows a lot of people to become full-time streamers and do what they love.
Chattttt teasing Streamer University return. Here we go, all the little fat black bitches in Kai Mafia. I don't remember all that shit y'all niggas was saying. Like, bitch, nobody needs Streamer U. Fuck, like, bitch, I make racks sit on my ass, ho. Like, you think I'm finna be like, God, get me in! Like, get your stupid ass. Little fat hoe talking some, don't be trying to get in our shit either. Bitch, I would gladly clout chase from the outside. I would gladly react and just go viral on TikTok from the outside. Like, I don't gotta be in Streamer U game. Like, you need it. Yo, this nigga said you need it, gang. I ain't gonna lie, gang. You paid $30K to see him? Actually, I got reimbursed already, you fucking dumb pocky. I got reimbursed. All the money that I spent, I got it back from the R website, my nigga, alright? So suck keep moving.
This right here is Cuff'em, the person that paid $30K in order to get on Kai's last Mafia-thon, over here talking bad about Streamer U, talking bad about Kai's community that's making it happen, and really doesn't even have a reason for any of the hate that he's spreading right now. He said multiple things about Streamer U, how he's talking about people are going to be like, don't switch up, or the crazy things that people were saying about Kai before this came out, saying that no one actually needs Streaming University. It's all unnecessary, weird, and just seems like he's trying to get a clip off to attention seek and gain clout off of Streamer U without actually going. I don't understand the reason as to why, because he could have just said, hey man, this isn't my cup of tea, or just kept it pushing and didn't even have to speak on it or say anything. Well, this is the most undeserved, unnecessary hate in the world. There are other people who are basically saying the exact same thing and don't even have genuine reasons as to why they're hitting on Kai and Streaming University. They just don't like him to just not like him, as if it is a trend, which I guess it kind of is in a way.
Genuinely, even if Kai Cenat did something good, I would still hate on it. I honestly think he is botted, overrated, and I don't know. I do not support him.
I don't know.
It feels like he cheated his way to the top of streaming.
Like,
that's just the feeling I get, the vibe. It feels undeserved. That's why I don't like him mainly.
The people that just talk like this either don't know about Kai's upbringing or, again, just want to hate on Kai because he's big, he's popular. I don't even want to say he's not in a position where they are, because if you're making a full-time income off of streaming, you're pretty much set, and the overwhelming amount of money isn't adding too much to your life. So in this case, again, it's just a lot of people hating to just hate. No real reason behind it. And it just seems like they're trying their hardest to find something bad in a good thing. He even said it himself. Even if Kai did something good, he's going to hate on it. Now, a lot of people on the internet are the exact same way. But one thing where it really isn't hating, it's just people being misguided, I guess you could say, is the AI photos that have come from the Streamer U application as well. And the reason that I saved this for last is because this is about to be my portion of a bit of hating. But the fact that you are going to use AI to try and be creative, I'm putting that in air quotes, in order to get into a place where they are trying to promote creativity makes literally no sense to me.
Who's telling y'all niggas to do this, bro? Who told y'all niggas to make all these flyers, man? Somebody on Kai's team got a band that made a flyer for this shit, bro. Who told y'all niggas to get in Chattttt and do this, man? I got streaming friends who made theirs and posted theirs already, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even hating. No, I'm hating. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I'm hating. Yes, what are y'all doing? I get it if y'all made it in, like if y'all made it in and then get the my nigga, nobody made it yet. We just seen one person do it and it was like, you know what, that's hard. I'm gonna do that shit too. Yeah. I guarantee you, half these niggas haven't streamed in years. They just start back right now. They just got back.
I know I just talked about in Yap for basically 10 minutes plus on how you should spread positivity, but if you do want to get into Streaming University, I don't think using AI as your creative tool is going to be the place to start. There's going to be strict policies probably against using AI. One, because it's bad for the environment, and two, because the whole point of you coming to Streaming University is to be a creative, to add on to the chaos, and no one can tell how creative you are if you're letting an AI do everything for you. There is no way for him to be like, hey, this guy is really good at this girl is able to do X, Y, and Z, because you're letting Chattttt do everything for you. And it's not even like Kai isn't sitting here probably seeing all this, observing. He's been away from the internet on his own platform, but that doesn't mean he's off the internet in his entirety. And we can see that full force when Agent was talking about how he wants to try and help Kai get smaller streamers in, and even talk about how people were sending him Streaming U applications, but Kai said he's locked in and that he got this.
First thing I would like to say before we get started today, yo, for the love of God, stop DMing me y'all Streamer U applications, nigga. I'm applying the way you're applying, gang. I want to be a professor, bro. Look, this is how serious the nigga's taking it. I dead ass text Kai, say, yo, in case you need some small streamers, some shit like that, I be knowing some niggas that's, you know, they tough. He's like, nah, nigga, trust me, I'm in tune. So I think in his break, he's been watching a lot, and he's gonna see the submissions, and he's gonna pick whoever he feels like is gonna be the best. He didn't even want my input, so please don't ask me, dude. He's not gonna listen to me, gang, because you know what that will be, right? Corruption. You know, there's a word for that. It's corruption. So I think he's just gonna pick who he feels like is gonna make the, depending on like You know what I'm saying?
From everything I've been seeing from Streamer U, it has been overwhelmingly positive. From people's submissions to people talking about it to the old people who are at Streamer U giving advice, everything has been going pretty well. There's only a small section of people who are talking bad about it and spreading as much negativity as they possibly can. Mainly on Twitter, because that's where everything goes to get hated on. But outside of that, it seems like it's overwhelmingly positive. And I do feel like Kai is going to put on another Streamer University that will have names being talked about for generations, as long as people take the opportunity and actually do something with it. But at the end of the day, that is just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment section down below, because this video is unfortunately over. But if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like, and if you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, so I post like this every single week. You'll never miss out on a single upload if you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. That's enough from me. I miss you guys.
Our leads, you know, just as simple as that. It just hurts.
How on earth did that just happen?
One word that captures that all is just believe.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization.
I hate to say it, Spurs fans, but this series is as good as over. And before you start saying,
but Mike, what happened in 2016? Remember, the Cleveland Cavaliers came back from a 3-1 series deficit against the Golden State Warriors, who won 73 games.
There's a big difference in this series and that series. The Cleveland Cavaliers didn't give up a 29-point lead, which is the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history, that would have evened this series at 2 as opposed to putting them down at a 3-1 deficit.
Going into game 5 when you're down 3-1, but you got Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, different than what the Spurs got going. I can't factor in having Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Is really not fair.
And I hate to be that guy, I don't think the San Antonio Spurs have the mental makeup to come back from something like that. Could you imagine how deflating it is to go from up 29 points to all of a sudden losing in the final minutes of a game? Especially when Victor Wembanyama blocked Jalen Brunson's shot, De'Aaron Fox sprinted for the loose ball, and all he had to do at that point was hold on to the ball. Eventually, the Knicks would realize what's going on, he would get fouled, and he would go to the free throw line, where he would presumably make 2 points. Assuming that the Knicks run a play for Jalen Brunson for 3 and he misses that again, this would have been a completely different outcome. The Spurs would have tied up the series at 2 apiece, and I'm not saying that the Spurs are never going to get back to this point again. I think the fact that they made it this far with Victor Wembanyama in year 3, Stephon Castle in year 2, Dylan Harper in his rookie year speaks volumes about how talented this team is. Nobody's in their prime right now except for De'Aaron Fox, who should have made the veteran move that would have preserved the game for the San Antonio Spurs. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so before we get to the content, I just want to briefly shout out my pop culture channel. If you want to see us covering other topics, we have a really funny video on Stephen A. Smith and Donald Trump coming out today. Make sure you're subscribed. It's going to be on that channel. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description down below and pinned in the comment section. And now that we get all that out of the way, let's get to today's video. So now that I had the opportunity to compose myself a little bit, I think we could all agree, if you haven't been watching the NBA Finals this year, you're missing one of the greatest series to have ever been played. The last video I made on this series was about the San Antonio Spurs going down 2-0 to the New York Knicks after losing the first 2 games at home. And I didn't think it could get any crazier than that, but it officially has. The New York Knicks just won the greatest game that I have ever watched. And believe me, I have watched a lot of incredible basketball games, and they officially completed the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history to all but secure them an NBA championship. This playoff run by the New York Knicks has been nothing short of magical, and I don't think the San Antonio Spurs will be able to recover from this. After winning a very close Game 3 thanks to the biggest shot of Stephon Castle's career, the Spurs went into Game 4 with all the momentum in the world, and you could just feel it. They came out swinging in Game 4, dominating the first half, and even going up as much as 29 points. But the 2026 New York Knicks are a very special basketball team, and they did a very, very special thing. 29 points in the NBA Finals should be a completely insurmountable lead, but in Game 4, it wasn't. The New York Knicks spent the entire second half coming all the way back, and they won this game by 1 point, 107 to 106. This comeback made for one of, if not the single greatest game in NBA history. But how did it even happen? Theoretically, this should not have been possible, but it happened, and it will forever live in NBA infamy. The 2026 New York Knicks are now known as one of the most magical and historic teams in NBA history, and the 2026 San Antonio Spurs, despite their electric playoff run prior to this, will now forever be known as serial choke artists. And honestly, I think a huge reason for that is their lack of experience. But let's break all this down for you guys. To set the stage, I need you to understand how far outside of recorded history this game actually went. The previous record for the biggest comeback in finals history was 24 points, and it's honestly not something that I want to relive as a Laker fan, but it was set in 2008 when the Los Angeles Lakers choked a 24-point lead to the 2008 Boston Celtics. That record stood for 18 years, and the Knicks didn't just break it, but they beat it by 5. Before Wednesday, there had been exactly one comeback in finals history where a team was down 15 plus entering the fourth quarter, and it was Michael Jordan's Bulls in Game 6 of the 1992 finals. The Knicks were down 15 points entering the fourth quarter, and my favorite stat of the night was the fact that the Knicks' biggest lead of the entire game was 1 point. They trailed for basically 47.5 minutes and won anyway. And if you want to know what that did to their championship odds, get this. At one point in the third quarter, FanDuel had the Spurs at minus 165 to win the whole finals. By the time everyone went home, the Knicks were minus 420. The championship literally flipped sides in 24 minutes of basketball. Regardless of how good the Knicks were during that historic comeback, there is absolutely zero reason that they should have even been allowed to make a comeback in the first place. The Spurs went up big, they got comfortable, they started making stupid decisions, and it cost them big time. In the first half, the Spurs looked like the best basketball team in the entire world. They scored 76 points, shot 59.6% from the field, and even made a finals record 14 first half threes. And that 76 wasn't just hot, it was the most points a road team has ever scored in the first half of a finals game, and the most points the Knicks have ever given up in any half of any playoff game. I mean, they had a 27-point lead at halftime alone, but then, once they came out of the locker room and had to just play good enough for 24 minutes to tie this series up, they decided that they wanted to stop playing like the best team in the world and start playing like the Spurs team that was bad enough to get all of the lottery picks that built this team in the first place. In the second half of Game 4, San Antonio scored 30 points on 20.5% shooting from the field. Are you kidding me? This is by far the single biggest game collapse in NBA Finals history. They are literally the only team in the history of the NBA to score 76 plus points in the first half, and then follow it up with 30 or fewer points in the second half, not just in the finals, but in any game, ever. And that 46-point nosedive from one half to the next ties the biggest drop by any team in any playoff game since the shot clock was invented. That goes all the way back to 1955, guys. The Spurs found a brand new way to lose a basketball game. Let's talk about the bench, because this collapse has a coaching fingerprint on it too. This is Mitch Johnson's first full season as an NBA head coach, and for most of this playoff run, he's looked like a 20-year veteran head coach, but all postseason long, he's been weirdly stingy with his timeouts, including during the third quarter of this game, and on Wednesday, it finally burned him.
The dumbest coach I've ever seen in my life. There is zero excuse for an NBA coach for that to happen up 20.
Young coach.
The dumbest,
I'm
gonna
just
say it again, dumb will get you beat more than smart will help you win.
While the Knicks were ripping off run after run in the fourth quarter, Johnson kept hesitating to stop the bleeding, and he just let it ride. He kept trusting his guys to figure it out on their own, and they just never did. And typically, this would work with a veteran basketball team that has been battle tested, but this is the San Antonio Spurs' first playoff run. The fact that they made it all the way to the NBA Finals is nothing short of remarkable. Again, remember, Victor Wembanyama is in his third year. Stephon Castle's in his second year. Dylan Harper is a rookie. You can't trust players players that are this early in their NBA careers to just figure it out in the NBA Finals at Madison Square Garden. Johnson admitted that his team drifted away from the exact style that built the lead, saying,
"We got away from what got us the 76 points in the first half, just in terms of putting pressure on the rim.
The aggressiveness and conviction they played with early just dissipated.
At times, aggressiveness and the conviction that we played with early on dissipate a little bit."
Even Wemby threw the offense under the bus after the game, calling out the team's greediness.
I mean, execution, greediness, some sort.
When your superstar and your head coach are both telling the same story at the podium, that's not bad luck. That's a choke. Mitch Johnson summed up the whole night by himself.
Fourth disappointing, to say the least.
The wildest part is what he told his locker room afterwards.
Told him to feel the emotion tonight, take all the emotion out, and they better be ready to play in 2 days and win.
We're about to find out really quickly if they heard him. Now, this is where the lack of San Antonio's experience really becomes evident, because this wasn't their first choke in the series, but not all of them were as bad as this one, of course. The Spurs have actually choked a double-digit lead in every single Knicks win so far. On top of their historic 29-point choke in Game 4, they also choked a 14-point lead in Game 1 and a 12-point lead in Game 2. Theoretically, if the Spurs knew how to hold on to a lead, today's video would be about how the Spurs swept the Knicks to win the NBA Finals, but it's not. Instead, it's about them being one loss away from one of the most inexcusable finals losses in NBA history. And the worst part about it is, if it weren't for a few key mistakes from Victor Wembanyama, they would be winning this series right now. In Game 2, the Spurs had the ball in the final seconds of a tie game, but Wemby threw the ball right off of Stephon Castle's back, and then he fouled Jalen Brunson to put him on the line for the game-winning free throws. But hey, what do I know? Just like that, the Spurs had officially lost their first 2 games at home. Then, after Game 3, where he genuinely was the best player on the floor, Wemby played a huge part in the Game 4 choke job. During that abysmal second half, Victor Wembanyama only scored 8 points, shooting a ridiculously poor 3 of 14 from the field, and he was minus 27 on the box score. He even had an opportunity to nail some huge free throws with less than 2 minutes left in the game and a 1-point lead, but he missed both. The worst part is, he was talking his talk when San Antonio had a huge lead, telling Mitchell Robinson that he's all in his head. But unfortunately, the lights were just too bright for Wemby, and the fact that just a few mistakes from him are the difference in this series is going to haunt him forever, especially knowing how competitive and petty he is. I mean, this is a guy that is still bitter towards Chet Holmgren as a result of their FIBA championship matchup 5 years ago. But this wasn't all on Victor Wembanyama in Game 4, and not all of the San Antonio Spurs are young players within the first 3 years of their career. I mean, everybody on the team outside of Dylan Harper played terribly in the second half, but I have to specifically point out the play of De'Aaron Fox. And before Spurs fans run to the comments, yes, I am aware that De'Aaron Fox is playing through a hurt ankle that he sustained during the Minnesota series. And I know his Game 4 box score says 18 points and 7 assists, which looks fine on paper, but it wasn't fine. In the entire 2026 finals, Fox is only averaging 14.3 points, 6.3 assists, and 3.8 rebounds per game on horrible efficiency. And through the first 3 games of the series, he was shooting under 40% from the field and under 20% from 3. And here's what makes this one sting. 48 hours before this game, De'Aaron Fox was the hero. That crunch time pull-up he banged right over OG Anunoby in Game 3 was arguably the biggest Spurs shot of this entire series. Then Game 4 happens, and Fox makes the single dumbest decision of these finals. He literally had the perfect opportunity to put the Knicks away and kill the comeback for good. The Spurs are up by 1. Victor Wembanyama makes a great defensive play on Jalen Brunson. De'Aaron Fox uses his speed to get the rebound, which is on the other end of the court. All he has to do at this point is hold the ball and wait for the New York Knicks to realize that they need to foul. But for some reason, he decided to go for the layup, and he would get blocked by OG Anunoby. And it gets a little bit uglier for the San Antonio Spurs and De'Aaron Fox. The part of this Fox story that nobody's talking about yet is the money, because the timing here is brutal. Back in August, the Spurs gave Fox a 4-year max extension that was reported at $229 million. That deal hasn't even started yet. It kicks in next season, in literally a few weeks, with a $49.5 million cap hit in year 1, which works out to roughly 30% of San Antonio's entire salary cap, for a guy who has been the worst player in their finals rotation. And the squeeze is already on the calendar because Stephon Castle is extension eligible after next season, and Dylan Harper is eligible the year after that. Both of those guys have outplayed De'Aaron Fox on this stage, and both of those guys are going to want to get paid. There are already reports floating around that the Spurs are expected to explore moving Fox. Imagine that for a second. You trade for the guy, you max him before he plays a single full season for you, he helps choke away a finals, and before the contract even kicks in, your front office is taking trade calls. If the Spurs lose this series, the Fox extension instantly becomes one of the most uncomfortable contracts in the entire league, and I might need to make a whole video on this alone in of itself.
Try to get a layup, get up three, make them force them to need a three, and OG made a good block.
I don't want to make it sound like this comeback was on the back of the San Antonio Spurs' lack of experience and the fact that they were making a lot of mistakes, because it wasn't. The Knicks played nearly flawless basketball in the second half of this game. They scored 58 points on 51.2% shooting from the floor and 55% shooting from three, and did absolutely everything they could to make the Spurs' lives miserable. There were two players in particular who played out of their minds during this game, and those two players were Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. In Game 4, Brunson scored 36 points, had 7 assists and 5 rebounds, and some of the clutchest buckets possible, which is just what we've gotten used to with this guy at this point. I mean, just look at this shot in particular. The Knicks had Madison Square Garden ready to explode at this point of the game, and with just over 2 minutes to go, Jalen Brunson had the balls to call for an ISO on a 7'5" Victor Wembanyama up top and just bangs a three right over his head. This is the biggest David versus Goliath shot that I have ever seen, and it completely swung this game. It was at this moment that I thought the Spurs truly had no chance of winning, and the last minute and a half of this game deserves its own documentary, so let me walk you through it. Brunson rips off 5 straight points, and with under 90 seconds left, the Knicks have their first lead of the entire night. The building is shaking. Then, Stephon Castle, who went a perfect 8 for 8 from the line in this game, calmly drains 2 free throws to put San Antonio back up 106 to 105 inside of 30 seconds. Brunson comes down and misses a floater with 16 seconds to go. And for 1 second, it looks like the Spurs survived. All Fox has to do is not lose the ball, but you already know what happens instead. He decides to take a layup, which results in a block, Knicks ball, and the insane detail is the fact that OG Anunoby is the guy who inbounds the ball here. He gets it right back to Brunson, and Brunson launches a deep 3 with 4.3 seconds left. That misses. Game over, right? No. Not even close. OG Anunoby flies in over Dylan Harper and Devin Vassell, outreaches both of them, and tips the ball in with 1.2 seconds on the clock. The Spurs can't even get a shot off on the other end. Ball game, 107 to 106, the greatest comeback in finals history, finished by a fingertip. It's really interesting when you get to the discussion of who deserves NBA Finals MVP. I mean, Jalen Brunson has been absolutely absurd in the finals, but I don't even think he's the Finals MVP right now. Crazy enough, after Game 2, I said that it's Karl Anthony Towns by a landslide, but that's completely changed. The 2026 Finals MVP through 4 games is OG Anunoby, and I don't even think that's up for debate. OG is averaging 23.8 points, 4 rebounds, and a block and a half per game this series, on top of elite defense and clutch moments. Oh, and he's doing all of this while shooting 55.6% from 3. In Game 4 alone, OG had a playoff career high 33 points on 10 of 15 shooting, including a ridiculous 7 of 9 from deep, plus a game-saving block and a game-winning tip, all but securing the award in my opinion. And the craziest detail about all of this is the tip-in wasn't luck. Mike Brown challenged OG at halftime, down 27 points, to attack the offensive glass, telling him he's got to be a monster on the offensive glass tonight. After the game, that same coach is at the podium calling the tip the biggest play in the history of Knicks basketball. The coach asked for a monster on the glass at halftime, and the monster won him the game. I've been trying to hype up Mike Brown's coaching throughout this entire series, and this is the most apparent moment of his coaching having a clear effect on this series. The rest of the team has been unbelievable too. Like I mentioned before, Cat was my Finals MVP after Game 2, and his Game 4 might be the most underrated performance of the night. In Game 3, the Spurs threw Stephon Castle at him, and Cat's usage fell off of a cliff to 14%, and Mike Brown straight up called him out in public for his lack of activity. So what does Cat do in game 4? He goes 4 of 5 from the field for 13 points and 10 boards, perfect from the line, and finishes a plus 17, the best mark of any Knick who started the game. He didn't force a single thing. He just quietly dominated his minutes while the Stars took the headlines. That's now 2 for 2 on Mike Brown publicly challenging his players and his players answering, and that is exactly the kind of coaching edge that wins you a finals against a rookie head coach. Mikal Bridges also played a huge role in the New York Knicks lead with his shot making and roaming defense, and Josh Hart stuffed the margins again in game 4 with 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. We don't have to think about the fact that he missed a layup after coming up with the steal during crunch time, and you can thank OG Anunoby for that. Jose Alvarado has been so good that he was out there playing clutch minutes during the comeback, knocking down 2 of his threes, and even Jordan Clarkson got himself some buckets at the Garden, and we haven't seen him play in a minute. Guys like Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns have all looked like superstars in this series, but it truly has been a team effort. They also know a thing or two about comebacks, because over the last 2 seasons, teams who aren't the Knicks are 4-71 in playoff games where they were trailing by at least 20 points. In playoff games over the last 2 seasons where the Knicks were trailing by 20 or more points, they are a ridiculous 5-3. Not only do they have a positive record in said games, but they literally have more wins in these games than the rest of the NBA combined. Is that not insane? This team is beyond historic, and they are now officially only 1 win away from winning their first NBA championship since 1973. It's really hard for me to imagine the San Antonio Spurs coming back from this. I mean, I want to say this series is far from over. I know that the Cleveland Cavaliers were able to overcome this deficit in 2016, and maybe the 2026 San Antonio Spurs can overcome it as well, because it's the same thing that's killing them consistently. They've had a double-digit lead in each and every one of these games. 2 of the last 3 scheduled games in this series are in San Antonio. They have a 7'5" alien who can completely take over a game when he's locked in. Game 5 is going to be in San Antonio, and even after all of this, the books aren't burying San Antonio. DraftKings still has them at a plus 380 to win the whole thing, and they'll almost certainly be favored at home on Saturday. And if the Spurs win Game 5, the Knicks get to try to clinch their first title in 53 years on their own floor at Madison Square Garden next Tuesday. And I genuinely don't know if a building has ever exploded before, but I think this is our best opportunity to find out. I personally think the Knicks handle their business over the next 2 games, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I don't know if you guys heard, but a sub-story that we have going on in the NBA Finals is Stephen A. Smith is beefing with the President of the United States. Now, this isn't something I typically drop on this channel, so I have a new channel for it, Flight Mike TV. You know, my pop culture channel.
What happened to that nigga? Jack Harlow.
What's poppin', y'all? Jack Harlow. I've actually had this topic on my desk for a couple of months now since the album dropped, and the thing that spurred me to want to talk about this again was actually this interview clip between KTO and NFR that I'm going to cover in a separate video, where they talk about, like, yo, why does it feel like all the albums are just coming and going right now? And that reminded me of Jack Harlow, and it's not because his album came and went, that's really not it, but Jack Harlow, I feel like the moves that he's been making have been disastrous, because the most recent thing that happened, and why I was originally going to make the first video, was this songwriter Jazzy would come out and talk about Jack Harlow's recent album.
So damn, shout out to Jack Harlow. Yeah, but I will say, I had a moment with Jack where he texted me. I did an amazing session with him, like with the album The Kid Come On, The Kid's Mission. And we did some great work together, and then he texted me a long voice note like, yo, I love working with you, but I want to work with you, but also I don't want nobody to know, like, that you've been working, like, pretty much want me to be a ghostwriter. And I heard me, I was like, my nigga, I was like, yo, you know, I'm a hit maker in my head. I'm like, nigga. That's what I was thinking, but I was like, bro, I'm not a ghostwriter, I'm not writing the lyrics, like, but if the song comes out, I'm letting niggas know I wrote it. So, we never worked. We never worked after that. I respect him for hitting me with what he wanted. And then in return, I hit him with what I wasn't going to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about the money. Because every song with your name is a business card.
Literally.
It's gonna give me other work. Fucking about this shit.
So for those of you that are unfamiliar, this is Jazzy. If you've ever heard the song Lemonade, Zany Bars, Doors, you know that song, the Internet Money song, that was her song. She didn't write the song, she didn't co-write the song, it was entirely her song. And then Internet Money, I think it was Taz Taylor, he found the song, they bought the song, them and 10K Projects, and then they had, it was Nav and Don Toliver redo the song, but pretty much just go off of the reference track. So that was her song. She made that hit, and I think it's still available on YouTube. It's called Lemonade by Jazzy. And Jazzy here, she's talking about the album that she worked on, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. And I didn't know she worked on that album. Now, there are a couple of joints off that album I mess with heavy, and
you know that song with Don Toliver that Zany Boys, that's that song that he's talking about. Lemonade, lemonade get dripping. She made that song. They took it and fucking basically turned it into a fucking smash. But
it was a sophomore album for Jack Harlow. Like, he had a previous album before that, but it was really the debut mainstream album for Jack Harlow. It was the moment where people were like, okay, what have you come to deliver? And it fell flat. Like, a lot of people felt like there were identity issues that were going on, but that's not, we're going to cover that a little bit later in the video. Right now, I want to talk about Jack Harlow. He abandons this woman because he wants her to stay as a ghostwriter, which is a bit much. Like, yo, dog, if you're going to work with an artist or a writer, and here she says, I'm not writing your lyrics. So she made it clear, Jazzy, that I guess she was helping him with hooks, choruses, something like that, maybe melodies, who knows. And he was still writing his raps. But for you to remove her from the credit, I got to give her a lot of credit for being willing to say, like, nah, I'm not going to work if that's the case. And the reason why this got a lot of backlash was because Jack Harlow, with his most recent album this year, he dropped this album, this like neo soul album that got a lot of mixed reviews and criticism, and one of them was because of him saying that he got, quote, blacker.
I'm saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into
black music. Yeah.
Deeper into blackness. Yeah. So was that conscious? Was that a little twist on the typical move that white rappers make, which is to retreat back into traditionally white sounds?
It certainly made what I already wanted to do even more appealing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because you like pushing that boundary, that line?
I think I love black music. I love the sound of black music.
Among us.
Yeah. I love the sound of black music.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm hyper aware of the politics of today, that safer landing spot that a lot of my white contemporaries have found. And of course, it appealed to me to do something that I felt like at a time when there's plenty of people expecting me to take some of the routes y'all are taking.
Yeah.
To take the route that not only might not be expected, but is also the one I genuinely want to take. So all the stars aligned in that way for me, to be honest. I'm not going to pretend like what you're talking about, I was like, I guess you're right. I knew that there were multiple things appealing about this route, but I also came to the decision, I'm proud to say, off of what feels good in my ear. Mm-hmm. I love R&B music. I love the sound of soft, intimate, melodic music. So
yeah,
I want to be understood. I want to write melodies.
This was a surprise drop for this album, Monica, which, to be fair, like, I don't think it flopped first week, but it definitely wasn't the grower that they might have expected it to be. And for me, as somebody that's an active Jack Harlow listener since 2017, like, the first time that I encountered Jack Harlow was Twitter. It was a Twitter music video that was posted for his song Dark Knight. The song is still available on YouTube. I don't know if he was signed at this time to Generation Now, or if this is what got him linked up with Generation Now, because he was still in, I think this is when he dropped like that Gazebo tape. This is still when he was in Louisville, Kentucky, I think. So he might have gotten signed after this. But you could see the image right there. It was rough, and then they worked on him, and then they continued to drop tape after tape after that. But I've listened to every iteration of Jack Harlow, and this one, it just feels like it's the worst. For me, that's enjoyed at least something from every iteration of Jack Harlow. And right now, what he's doing it's just completely lost. Like, for example, when right now he's doing that whole Monica album, right? Post-Monica album. He's doing an interview in what looks like some red carpet event, and this guy's got like a kufi on his head. And he's got these earrings and these glasses, and I'm like, what? This guy's bringing Brother Muzone from The Wire energy. And so what is this guy doing? Because I think Come Home the Kids Missed You really knocked that guy off of his rocker. Because I enjoyed songs off of that album. When we're talking about albums by Jack Harlow, that's what they all say. That's a solid one. Confetti and Sweet Action were great tapes. Jackman was an elite album. I really enjoy that album. But when you look at the way that Come Home the Kids Miss You was, he was trying to go full mainstream kind of Drake mode. Like, he had First Class. That song banged. That was a huge banger, cross-cultural banger and cross-age banger. And he got a lot of criticism because of, oh man, he just copied an old song. He also had Churchill Downs, which a lot of people were criticizing his raps because they were saying like, yo, he got washed by Drake, who wrote his verse in like 11 minutes or something like that. And he also had features from people like Justin Timberlake that were attempts to have hits, and they didn't end up being a hit, and it didn't end up being a great cohesive album either. And this is when they were like, okay, this guy's not going to be the Drake. But his respect right before Come Home the Kids Miss You, he had an identity. They had molded him into like, okay, this is that cool white boy. He's not all the way Paul Wall, right? Like, he's not doing the most. He's still like a white boy, but he's got sauce to him. Like, you have those moments where he's flirting with other rappers like Saweetie. You're like, okay, this guy's got sauce. The women like him. The white women liked him for songs like First Class. And also, black women liked him for just his presence, his charisma, and the music. The music was hitting. Like I said, he had songs for everybody at this point in time. But then after that, he goes fully into his rap bag. And while I liked the Jackman, this fell flat. A lot of people didn't even know that this album dropped. A lot of people are still like, yeah, man, I didn't really check that one out. Because up until this point, he had hits. Like, we're talking, he had Nail Tech. Even before he dropped the Come Home the Kids Miss You, he had that Already Best Friends joint with Chris Brown. He had Tyler Herro, which was a smash. And he had What's Poppin' in the What's Poppin' remix. And that was in 2020. So that was in the debut, the real debut. But Come Home the Kids Miss You was like, I guess you could say sophomore slump, if you want to call it that. And then we get a massive gap. So he went back into his super rap bag, showing everybody that he can rap, and they didn't even hear it, which is the disappointing part, instead of just trying to make this hybrid and trying to make this album and really allowing yourself to be called the next Drake. Like, who cares? I think the criticism got to him a little bit too much. But in the gap between 2023, when he dropped Jackman, and 2026, when he dropped this album, he tried to become an actor, or he did like an acting gig, but he also had a major hit that took him out of hip-hop for a while. And there were two songs, actually. Keep in mind, this was also 2021. Post 2021, he had that song, Industry Baby, which was a #1 with Lil Nas X, and he had SUV's Black on Black. That just goes to show you the range that Jack Harlow had. So he could get on a track with Pooh Shiesty, banger of a track, street rapper, as gritty as it gets, to a Lil Nas X, which is, this is one of, it's not even zesty to describe it. It's one of the most like LGBT type of music videos you could ever have, and no other rapper other than Jack Harlow, you have to be a white rapper to get away with this too, could do both of these things in the same calendar year whilst also putting out his own music. So he was in a great position. But then 2023, he does a song with Jungkook, which is a K-pop artist. That song's got like over 1 billion streams, the song 3D, and he did a song Lovin' On Me. And that single, it's got over 1 billion streams. It was top 10. It was on radio everywhere for a very long time. And this, most people didn't even know Jack Harlow had a hit. Like, when this song was doing numbers, people were like, yo, where's Jack Harlow? Jack Harlow fell off. What happened to Jack Harlow? And I'm out there reminding people that Jackman exists, and they don't even know that he's got a hit on the charts. And all the white chicks, just girls in general, loved this song, Lovin' On Me. And you can tell by the type of press that Jack Harlow was doing at this time. You see Jack Harlow show up on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and you're like, yo, what the hell's going on here? Does this guy 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Does he want to be hip hop? He just dropped the super rap album, but now he's got this hit song that's very like poppy kind of. Is he going to lean more in that direction? It would be understandable if he did, but he hits us with another confusing move, which is when he drops damn near nothing in 2024 because Lovin' On Me was doing most of its numbers in 2024 because it dropped in November of 2023. So 2024 was all Lovin' On Me, but keep in mind, in the hip-hop world, this guy's hasn't done anything since pre-Jackman. So they still have this sour taste in their mouth from Come Home, the Kids Miss You. He attempts to, in 2024, late 2024, early 2025, come back to the rapping thing. He drops this song, Hello Miss Johnson. Great song. And this is when we get a series of singles from Jack Harlow that got me, as a Jack Harlow listener, very excited for the next project that he was going to drop. We got Hello Miss Johnson, we got Tranquility, we got Set You Free. The latter of the two, which are the last two of the three, which I love, constantly play. Like Set You Free is top 10 Jack Harlow songs for me. Granted, it's only got 30 million streams. They had a music video for it and everything. Tranquility, only 15 million streams. These are some of the best Jack Harlow songs he's ever released. And then they tried to do this kind of like, it was a good attempt at a rollout of them dating and getting caught at Balthazar in downtown New York. Doja Cat and Jack Harlow for their collaboration, Just Us, which was a good song too. I didn't like it as much as Set You Free and Tranquility, but these songs, these 4 songs, lead us up into something that I'm looking forward to. And then he hits us with a complete curveball, which is this Monica album. And while I don't think the music is bad, I'm just like, dog, what's going on? And you can tell by the numbers, and you can tell by the reception, and you can tell if you ask anybody, yo, what is your last memory of Jack Harlow? What's going on with Jack Harlow? You're probably thinking to yourself, maybe Jackman. If that. If you're really not tapped in, but listening to broad stuff, right? You're probably like, yeah, he had that one hit. You might even be going back as far as 2021, 2022, Come Home, the Kids Miss You. And that's
catch y'all boys tomorrow. So good night, y'all. Tap in.